Welcome back to UTSA Roadrunners football. It's week 6 from the Superdome as the Tulane Green Wave host our UTSA Roadrunners in their 5th contest on the season. 3-1 as UTSA enters this week after last week's dominant victory in their Conference USA opener, 48-7 over ECU. Complete domination, and UTSA is riding a 3-game winning streak. They would love to extend to 4 today, and to do so they'll have to knock off the 2-2 Green Wave coming off of a victory over Wyoming 31-24. Week 6 football is up next. UTSA will begin week 6 with the football in their possession at their own 25-yard line. Here's the handoff from Hancock. It's the Banks right up the middle, and the senior has about 7 yards on the game's first play. This offense is averaging 32.7 points per game this season. They've been a lot of fun to watch as Hancock completes the pass to Stevens. 2nd down and 9. Now 3 wide for Hancock. And to the slot machine, it's Darren Rose as he collects 7 yards through the air. And Rose has been a great story this year. 6 touchdowns coming into this game. And on 3rd and 2, Banks going off tackle. He will not get the first down. Tulane successfully holds. Now it's Green Wave football. Devin Powell is the quarterback running up under center. And it's an end around to Dale Daniels, and he will pick up about 4 yards actually. And 3rd down and 4 now for the Green Wave. Out of the gun, it's a sweep to Thompson. Right side has a running lane and gets the first down just shy of the 35. Now 2nd down and 5 for Powell as he takes the shotgun snap, and he'll be asked to pass. He's going deep down the middle, and it's almost picked off by Mike Butler. Nearly a turnover instead. 3rd down and 5. And Powell to pass out of the gun. A 3-man rush. Swings it out to right. Breaks the tackle. First down shy of midfield. Tulane with a nice drive being established. And now Powell. Bubble screen left side. It's right. Breaks another tackle. Out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. First down and 10 on the edge of field goal range. Here's Thompson with room to run again inside the 25. First down. Tulane in field goal range now. It would be pretty big for Tulane to get a jump on UTSA and get some points first. Here's Powell's pass. It's intercepted, and Brandon Ford steps in front of the intended receiver, and he's looking to go all the way inside the 30, being chased inside the 10. Touchdown! UTSA has the game's first points with a defensive score from Brandon Ford. 86 yards, and the UTSA Roadrunners strike first. 1:43 to play in the first quarter. UTSA up 7-0 after a Brandon Ford pick 6. Devin Powell to throw. He dumps it off to Gilbert. He crosses midfield and shakes a defender, and it's a first down. UTSA showing blitz. It's a handoff to Randall up the middle, and Kyle Jones is there, but not until he collects 9 yards on the ground. 2nd and 9. A.J. Brown coming off the edge. Ross giving pressure. Powell's in trouble, and he's sacked for a loss by Kellen Thomas. Ross almost brought him down, but there was Thomas to clean it up. 3rd down and 12 as we're near the end of the first quarter. This will be the last play. Powell's going to throw from the Tulane logo, and Lowry can't handle this catch. It's going to be 4th down and 12, and we'll see what Tulane chooses to do. They're going to send out the field goal unit for a very long kick, and this kick is up, and it is well short, no good. Great field position for UTSA. A 7-0 lead provided by the defense. Now the offense looking to do some damage of their own. Hancock short to Jason Todd. He's got about 9 yards close to midfield. And now on 1st down and 10. Hancock back to throw. Over the middle, he's got Stevens, and this is good for a gain of 6 yards. 3rd down and 7. Banks to Hancock's left out of the shotgun, and he's rolling out, and he fires a strike, and it's caught by Trevor Stevens. The chains will move again. UTSA in James Benson field goal range. They'd like to get closer. Here's Banks on 2nd and 6, but he loses 2 in the backfield. 3rd down and 8 now. 3 wide for Hancock, and it's a handoff, and Banks has it, and he's inside the 20, breaks a tackle to the 10, he's knocked out inside the 5. That run caught everybody off guard. That play call surprised me. Now I formation for Hancock as he hands off to Danny Moss, and he's into the end zone for a UTSA score. 13-0 as UTSA tacks on 1 more to make it a 2-score game. 14-0 Roadrunners, the home team being shut out in the 2nd quarter. Tulane has the football. Powell to throw. He's looking to go deep, and it's intercepted. A floating duck snatched by Mike Butler. He didn't miss this opportunity. UTSA ball thanks to Mike Butler, and we'll see what they can do on this drive as Hancock floats it outside. They're going to turn it over right back. It's picked off by Hughes, and Tulane gets a fortunate turnover, and they're back in scoring range. 2 picks on 2 consecutive plays, and now what can Powell do with this second chance? Dump off to Randall up the middle. He breaks 1 tackle and he gains about 8. Tulane just wants to get some points on this drive. It's 3rd down and 3. And Powell will throw. Clean pocket to throw from. He'll lob it deep to the end zone. It's tipped and touchdown! Randall came down with it. You gotta be kidding me. He didn't really make that catch, did he? That is incredible. And if he secured his hands underneath the football, that is a clean catch. Here's a really good angle, and that is a touchdown. One of the best plays you'll see all year, just made by Mickey Randall. What a way to answer back. It's 14-7. What a catch by Mickey Randall. And Hancock will throw on 1st and 10. He's going deep himself. He's got Tim Whitaker. 2 defenders miss. And Whitaker is off to the races. Touchdown. It wasn't as flashy as Randall's, but it's just as effective. What a dart from Hancock. And it's 21-7. Well, UTSA did a great job answering Tulane. It's a 14-point game once again. Here's the jet sweep to right, and no problem for UTSA as he's taken down in the backfield. 3rd down and 15, and Powell's going to throw to the sideline, and Dallas Johnson knocks it away on the dive. Great deflection. 3 and out forced by UTSA. Here's that one more time. Good play by Johnson. UTSA ball, 1st down and 10 under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Banks running off tackle to the right side. He picks up about 4 yards on this carry. 2nd down and 6, 1:08 to go in the second. Hancock fires outside short, and it's hauled in by Whitaker. 1st down at about the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 6 as time winds down. Hancock outside to Todd, a little bit closer to the 30-yard line. The defense chants getting louder as UTSA nears scoring again, and Moss up the middle on the draw, and he fumbles the football, and Tulane recovers, and UTSA will not get any points on this drive, and Danny Moss took a shot on that play and lost the football, and Tulane's defense holds. 21-7 at halftime, UTSA on top. Some excitement in this first half. We had a couple of back-to-back turnovers, a crazy touchdown catch, and we'll see what happens in the second half with UTSA riding a 14-point lead. Welcome back to the Superdome. We have the 3rd quarter of action with UTSA in control of the football, 21-7, as Tulane stacks the box. Here's a handoff to Vince Taylor, who can't find much running room. And Anthony Banks suffered an injury in the first half. It doesn't appear to be major, but we could see a lot more Vince Taylor the rest of the way. On 2nd and 9, it's Hancock to Stevens for the 1st down. Rose is slot right, and they run that way with Taylor. Off tackle to the right with running room, and runs through a tackle, and he has 9.5. And now twin tight ends with the ball going back to Taylor up the gut, and he has about 5 or 6. 2nd down, handoff. It's Taylor again getting a lot of work on this drive as he goes for a solid 7. 3rd down and 3. Will UTSA run it again? No, they'll throw. Hancock over the middle. It's short. It's caught by Richie Battle for the 1st down. A nice slow-paced drive by UTSA. A lot of running with Vince Taylor. And on 2nd and 6, Hancock wants to escape pressure, and he'll go down for a 2-yard loss. Now facing 3rd down and 8 from the 21-yard line. Hancock rolling to his right. Sets and fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Tim Whitaker. Hancock got out of that pocket. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Fires a bullet to Tim Whitaker, and this UTSA lead is now 21. Down by 21, Tulane has the football just shy of midfield. 2:22 to play in the 3rd quarter, and Powell's got Carrington over the middle, over the top of a linebacker, and that's a 1st down. 2:05 to play now on 2nd down and 10. UTSA trying to get pressure, and they can't, but the pass is picked off outside by A.J. Brown. He's done a nice job this year as a redshirt freshman, and the ball is back in the hands of the Roadrunners, and here it is one more time. 28-7, 2nd down and 10. Here's Taylor off to the right, has a nice block from Battle, and a good one from Whitaker, and he has a 1st down just shy of midfield. 2nd down and 14, 3 wide for Hancock, over the middle, a tumbling catch made by Darren Rose. 3rd down and 9, 3 wide again, Rose to the right, and Hancock with the blitz picked up by Taylor. Nice job, but Hancock in trouble, and he goes down for a loss. Here it is one more time as Tatum can only block for so long. And we are headed to the fourth quarter. UTSA on top, 28-7, and they could be headed to their fourth victory on the season. 28-7, 1 quarter left to play. Can Tulane pull off a comeback? Devin Powell to throw on 2nd and 8, and what a catch by Dale Daniels on the dive. 2 very nice catches today for Tulane. That's been the highlight of their offense. 1st down and 10 as Powell throws across the field, and Jason Holmes, good closing speed as he almost comes away with a pick. UTSA secondary has definitely stepped up the last few weeks. 2nd down for Powell, and it's intercepted, and this could go back for a score. Kyle Nichols into the end zone. Easy touchdown for UTSA as he read this pass the whole way, and I don't think Powell even checked the flash to see if a corner was there. 35-7, UTSA asserting their dominance in this matchup, and Powell in UTSA territory as he lobs it, and it's almost picked. It's tipped around and incomplete. 4:31 to play in the game as UTSA has sent out their 2nd string lineup for the 2nd week in a row. And Powell on 1st and 10 outside, and his pass is nearly intercepted, intended for King. And now 3rd down and 10, 4-man front as Powell drops back to throw, and he lobs it to the sideline. Intercepted by A.J. Brown, his 2nd on the day. He wants to turn it around, and he's down inside the 45. 2nd stringers on offense also in the game as Evan Newton is the quarterback. He hands off to Taylor with running room to the right, and he has about 6 yards on this solid carry. We've seen a lot of Taylor in this 2nd half, and we're going to continue to see more the rest of the way as Taylor comes up the middle. A nasty spin move, and Taylor gets the 1st down. 65 yards for Taylor. He's looking very good. 3rd down and 5 for Evan Newton. He'll be asked to throw this time. In the pocket with protection, and Newton waiting. Now fires and overthrows 2 open targets in the end zone. It's incomplete, and Benson will come on and kick a field goal. The story of last week in the 4th quarter was all about Andrew Ross, and there he hits King and he misses this catch. But Andrew Ross had 2 interceptions and a forced fumble in 1 quarter of action last week. He was a lot of fun to watch. Here's Randall on the handoff as there's Ross all over the place. Powerful tackle after a gain of 5. Of course, Ross is the 6'7" Canadian linebacker as he looked like he was going to pick up Randall and do a suplex there. 1 minute, 20 seconds to go. Handoff to Gilbert as Ross once again just finds a way to make another tackle. He hasn't played a whole lot this year, but Andrew Ross is making the most of his time as this time he's actually blocked out of the way and can't make another tackle. Linebacker is definitely UTSA's strongest position group, and Andrew Ross is really making a case to get some more time. 2nd down and 2, and Powell to throw. It's quick, and it's intercepted by Ronaldo Lawrence. And no Andrew Ross this time, but Lawrence inside the 10. Touchdown, UTSA. It's going to be 45-7 pending the extra point. 1st down and 10, and off to Randall. 1 more for good measure. It's Andrew Ross. UTSA once again with the victory, this time by a score of 45-7, 1 week after a 48-7 victory. 2 very impressive back-to-back wins. The winning streak is now actually up to 4 games, and they've played some really good football this year. Already 4-1 nearing the midpoint of the season, and I can't wait to see what they do going forward. Great win for UTSA here on the road. We'll take our first look at recruiting this season as UTSA has now played 5 games, and they're going after a lot of very good talent. D.D. Love, one of the top corners in the nation. Obviously, Kyle Nichols will end up graduating this year. And I think with some of the struggles in the past, UTSA definitely wants to strengthen that secondary and provide some depth, especially when teams spread them out to 4 wide and 5 wide looks. It's been no surprise that UTSA is looking for a big, fast, strong tight end to catch the football. And James Frazier, one of the top tight ends they were looking at, has officially committed to the University of Oregon. But there's another player they've been looking at quite a bit, Clay Dickens from New Hampshire. He's kind of in the same mold as Frazier, maybe not as highly touted, but he's a good player in his own right, and UTSA could definitely use some speed in that tight end spot. And there are a lot of 4- and 5-star recruits on UTSA's board this year, unlike previous seasons, really going aggressive after that top talent. It will be interesting to see if they can snag some of those top players as the season goes on. But next week, we'll see UTSA in action once again against Southern Mississippi. They're 3-1, and UTSA is now 4-1, 2-0 in conference, and we'll have that next week And thank you guys for watching another week of UTSA football. We'll see you next week against Southern Mississippi.